Well, good morning. I want to welcome you back to the Rusty Glove Box. And for our project today, what we're going to do is make some micarta for our knife scales, or you could even do it for pistol grips, anything like that. It's pretty simple to make. If you've ever laid fiberglass, you could make micarta handles. Well, here I was going to show you some of the components of making micarta. This, you can use construction paper, different types of paper. You can use fabric. This is that mossy oak camo. I'm going to make some out of that. And what you do, you start out with one layer. You put a thin film of fiberglass rosin on there and just keep building it up, spreading it out evenly. And eventually you'll end up with that thick. Well, I've got some steel plate that I'm going to make it out of, and I'm going to make two little plates. They're going to be 12 inches long, 5 inches wide, and that'll leave me enough room to put bolts down each side real easy. I'm probably going to use 3/8 bolts. They're good sturdy bolts and shouldn't have any problem with them. Well, we got our micarta press made, and two steel plates. I welded the 3/8 bolts on the other side of that plate, and I will sandwich it. I use the bolts so I won't be using up all my clamps and vise and everything, so it's kind of a self-contained unit. So I think that's going to work pretty well. I'm going to line it with the wax paper and tin foil. That should do a decent job on keeping the rosin off of the threads of the bolts and all that. Well, I've mixed my fiberglass rosin and just takes just a little. Because one thing to keep in mind whenever I put it in that press, it's really going to be squeezing it everywhere, and so it will be pretty saturated. But to keep from getting this all over the camera, what I'm going to do is I'll pause it right now and I'll come back later. Well, after I got all of those layers and the rosin applied, I wrapped it in the foil, then wrapped it in the wax paper. I'm going to put all these nuts down and then tighten it down, and I'll bring you back. Well, here I've got the press sitting outside in the sun and the breeze, and that'll help dry that fiberglass rosin out. And when I separate the plates, I'll be able to pull the micarta out. It's probably going to take 2 to 3 hours for that to dry enough for me to take it out. So I'm going to go inside and clean up the shop and do some other little projects. Well, here's my homemade micarta. I've got it kind of trimmed up. I've got most of the foil removed. I still have some of it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it dry real good. I have several different colors in here. I think you can see the black, and I have some brown right in here. Well, what I'm going to do with that micarta, I've been kind of working around a little bit trying to figure something out. And I'm going to take this micarta and I'm going to make a handle for this bad boy. Well, that right there, I've kind of started on the polishing process of it, but we'll put the micarta on there and we'll have us a real little knife right there. So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. This is Rusty Glove Box, and I'm out of here.